Namaste everyone. So today let us start the class with a small recap. So in the previous class I started the new branch of mathematics, that is a new chapter, Introduction to Trigonometry. So in that we discussed about why trigonometry existed and what are the applications of trigonometry in day-to-day life, and we also learned the main basic techniques, that is trigonometric ratios. There were 6 trigonometric ratios we learned. So let me recap. So all of you start doing recalling the concept and write all the 6 trigonometric ratios one by one. The first one, sine A or sine theta also you can call. So sine theta, the first trigonometric ratio is sine A. So what is sine A? Start writing children. Sine A equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Second one, cos A. Cos A equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. And the third one, tan A. Tan A equal to opposite by adjacent. So I already told you these are the 3 basic trigonometric ratios which you have to remember. So if you remember these 3 trigonometric ratios, the other 3, you know that they are reciprocal. So very easy to write. So now tell me, what is the reciprocal of sine? Yeah, sine reciprocal is cosec. So what are the ratio? Cosec can be written as hypotenuse divided by opposite. Next, sec. Sec is the reciprocal of cos. So what is cos? As you know, cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So sec becomes hypotenuse by adjacent. Next, the last trigonometric ratio is cot. So you know cot is a reciprocal of tan. So what is tan? Tan is opposite by adjacent. So automatically the cot becomes adjacent by opposite. So these are the 6 trigonometric ratios. So sine and cosec are reciprocal to each other, and cos and sec are reciprocal to each other, and tan and cot are reciprocal to each other. So along with I explained you some key points. So where we learned, that is tan A can be written as sin A by cos A. Tan A can be written as sin A by cos A, and cot A can be written as cos A by sin A. So now let us continue the same chapter with the first exercise 8.1 with the first question. So what he has given here, in triangle ABC, right angled at B, AB equal to 24 centimeter, BC equal to 7 centimeter. This is given, and he is asking, determine, there are 2 sub questions. The first one is find sin A cos A, and the second sub question, find sin C cos C. So first let us concentrate for the first sub question. So before I start the question, I should find all the 3 parts of the right angled triangle. So given ABC is a right angled triangle, angle B is 90 degree. Just concentrate the question, angle B is 90 degree, according to that draw the diagram. And given AB equals to 24 centimeter, that is perpendicular height, altitude is 24, and he has given base BC is 7 centimeter. Now tell me, without hypotenuse, I cannot find sine and cos, because we have 2 trigonometric ratios here, sine and cos. What is sine? Sine is opposite by hypotenuse, cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So for both the ratios I need hypotenuse. So now let me find the hypotenuse. How will you find hypotenuse? So can I go directly with the trigonometric ratios, or can I need any other formula for this? Yes, I need the Pythagoras formula. So to complete all the 3 sides, if any 2 sides are given, to find the third side we have to go with Pythagoras formula. Now because this is 90 degree and this is hypotenuse, so AC square equal to AB square plus BC square. So substitute AC can be written as square root of AB square plus BC square. So what is AB here? 24 square plus 7 square. And square root of 24 square is what? 576 plus 7 square is 49. Add it, 625. So what is square root of 625? 625 can be written as 25 square. So I got AC as 25 centimeter. Now AC hypotenuse is 25 centimeter. Now we got all the 3. BC is 7, AB is 24 and AC is 25. Now let us move for the exact question. What is the exact first sub question you can see here? I should find sin A and cos A. I already said you, we have a trigonometric ratios with respect to acute angle. Be careful. Whichever angle is there mentioned in the question, you have to take that as an acute angle. According to that, you have to name opposite and adjacent. Hypotenuse will be fixed. So now here in this question, A is acute angle and in this question, C is acute angle. First, let us solve the first sub question. See, I should find sin A, cos A. So, I have to take A as acute angle. This is very, very important. Here, if you go wrong, you get a wrong answer. So, if A is acute, according to the question, so what will be the opposite? So, this you have to write first. So, angle A opposite side is BC. So, BC will become the opposite. And angle A adjacent is AB, so AB becomes the adjacent, and as you know that AC is always the hypotenuse. So we got opposite, hypotenuse and adjacent. Now let me start writing sin A. So what is the ratio of sin A? As you know that sin A equal to opposite by hypotenuse. So here look at the diagram and tell me what is opposite here? 7. So write 7 divided by hypotenuse is 25. So I got 25. So sin A equal to 7 divided by 25. If it gets cancelled, you can cancel it. Otherwise, keep as it is. Next, cos A. What is cos A? Cos A can be written as adjacent by hypotenuse. So what is adjacent here? 24 centimeter divided by hypotenuse is 25. So in this way, we found sin A and cos A. And the next sub question, this I finished. And the next sub question is sin C and cos C. Here, concentrate here. So in the first sub question, A is acute angle and in second sub question, C is acute angle. Now I have to change these two. Remember always these values will never change. The values will be fixed. This is 25, this is 24 and this is 7. These three values doesn't change and this hypotenuse also will not change. Now in the previous question, I had A as acute angle. Now here in this question, we have C as acute angle. Now tell me, what is opposite? Yes, AB will be the opposite and BC will become the adjacent. Why? Because angle changed. Before angle, acute angle was A. Now the acute angle I am taking as C. But the values never change. Only the position, that is opposite and adjacent, will interchange. Now I got, this is ready for the second sub question. Now what I have to find in second sub question? I have to find sin C and cos C. So what is sin C? As you know, sin C is opposite by hypotenuse. So according to this, what is opposite? Opposite is 24 divided by hypotenuse is 25. So in this way I got sin C. And the next question is cos C. So what is cos C? Adjacent by hypotenuse. So what is adjacent here? Yeah, adjacent is 7 divided by hypotenuse is 25. So in this way, whichever angle they asked, in the first sub question, angle A is acute angle. So this becomes the opposite and AB becomes the adjacent. When C is acute angle, so this AB becomes opposite and BC becomes adjacent. So you have to remember trigonometric ratios and change the position according to the question, and these values will be fixed. Values never change. So in this way, we can use trigonometric ratios to find the values of the given question, that is sin A, cos A and sin C, cos C. The next question is question number 2. He has given in figure, find tan P minus cot R. Question is very simple. We have to find tan P minus cot R. So given this is the diagram he has given, PQR is a right angle triangle. This symbol tells you that it is 90 degree, and he has given PR is 13 centimeter and PQ is 12 centimeter. And I have to find tan P minus cot R. So two acute angles here I used. One is P and other is R. So before that, I should find the third side of right angle triangle. So you can see here, if this is hypotenuse, this is base and this is perpendicular height. So whenever you find the any missing side of a right angle triangle, try to do the formula directly. Don't waste here 2 to 3 steps. So here I want QR. So what you people will do, first you write PR square equal to PQ square plus QR square. Then again you write QR square equal to PR square minus PQ square. So instead of writing all, so directly you have to learn how to write. Suppose if I want PR, what you write? PR can be written as root of QR square plus PQ square. When you want hypotenuse, you have to add these two under the root, that is square of this plus square of this. When you want hypotenuse. When you want other than hypotenuse, you have to subtract the squares from the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will be the first always. Now what I have to find the third side? QR. QR is not a hypotenuse. QR is a base. So when QR I want to find, I am not writing all. At a time I am finding the solution. So square root of, always whenever you find other than hypotenuse, hypotenuse will be first under the root. That is under root PR square minus the other remaining side. That is minus PQ square. So like this you have to learn without writing 2 to 3 steps. Directly you have to write. You have to save the time. So now equals to square root of, given PR is 13 square minus PQ is 12, 12 square. 169 minus 144, that is 25. Square root of 25 is 5. Now I got QR as 5 centimeter. This is a basic. Whenever any side is missing among 3 sides, when 2 sides is given, the third side is missing, you have to go with the Pythagoras formula to find the unknown side. Now we finished the finding the third side. Now coming to the question. So what is question? He has given tan P minus cot R. So for tan P, first starting you practice by drawing the diagrams. Once you thorough, when you do start mind calculations, then in mind only you can just write opposite and adjacent in a reverse way and calculate. But because this is a starting, so I am writing with the diagram, and in this all actually it is a 1 mark question, not required so much explanation. If you are thorough, you can do shortcuts also. Now to understand, I am explaining clearly here. Draw the same diagram PQR. So in this what I know, 13 is given, 12 is given, and QR just now I found out 5. Now instead of doing at a time tan P minus cot R, I am finding tan P separately and cot R separately. So when tan P I want to find, P becomes acute. I already said depending upon the acute angle, adjacent and opposite will interchange. So now if this becomes acute, what is opposite? Opposite is QR and adjacent is PQ. Yes, and the hypotenuse is fixed. It never changes because P is acute. Opposite to P is opposite, that is QR is opposite, and adjacent is PQ. So first you write this and then start. Now tan P. What is tan P ratio? This will be fixed. This never change. Only depending upon the acute, in the diagram you have to change. The ratio of tan is always opposite by adjacent. So tan P equal to opposite by adjacent. Now see the diagram. What is opposite here? 5 divided by adjacent is 12. So I got tan P as 5 by 12. Now see that in the question next term is cot R. So for cot R, R will become the acute angle. So I have drawn the diagram again. So when R is acute, this, that is PQ becomes opposite and QR becomes adjacent. Once you compare these two diagrams, I never change the values 13, 12, 5. 13, 12, 5. We should not change the values of the sides. We only should interchange the opposite and adjacent according to the given acute angle. Because here P was acute, so this becomes opposite. QR becomes opposite and PQ becomes adjacent. Since R is acute here, so opposite is PQ and adjacent is QR. Can see these two are interchanged here. Now, I should find cot R. Cot R is what? What is the ratio of cot R? Adjacent by opposite. So, what is adjacent here? Diagram 5 divided by opposite is 12. 5 by 12. So, now tan P and cot R, two terms I found out. So in the question they asked to subtract them. So tan P minus cot R equals to 5 by 12 minus 5 by 12. So both gets cancelled. The answer is 0. So the value of tan P minus cot R equal to 0. The next question is question number 3. Given if sin A equal to 3 by 4. Given sin A equal to 3 by 4. Calculate cos A and tan A. So clearly understood, I think. Diagram is not given. He has not given any diagram. Without the diagram also we can do. If you feel that without diagram you can't do, you can draw the diagram. So here I am doing without diagram. What is given? Sin A equal to 3 by 4. And before two questions, whatever I solved, he had given in centimeter. That is hypotenuse is 25 centimeter, one is 24 centimeter, one is 5 centimeter. He has mentioned the unit, centimeter or meter. If we mention, here no need of taking K. Why? Because sin A is a ratio. He has given the ratio of 3 by 4. What is meaning of ratio? Suppose whenever you divide any two ages, that is one child age is 10 years and the mother age is 30 years. So when you cancel, what you get? 1 by 3. So this is a ratio of a child and mother. 1 by 3, that is 1:3. Here something gets cancelled. What is that? 10 is cancelled. You can see 10 ones are. So 10 threes are. So here 10 is a common factor. 10 gets cancelled. So that 10 only here we are taking as K. Whenever in the question he has given in centimeter, no need of taking K. So whenever he has given ratio of the any trigonometric ratio, then we have to consider numerator and denominator along with K. So here, even though at the end K gets cancelled, so because it is a ratio, so whenever a ratio is given 1 by 3, what you will take? The ratio of daughter age is 1x and the ratio of mother age is 3x. So in this way we consider the ratio. In the same way here also, many will think that KK gets cancelled, no need of taking. But still the concept, you should not miss the concept. Whatever it may be, he has not given any centimeter, it is a ratio. So what is sine ratio? Opposite by hypotenuse. Clearly diagram, he has not given the diagram, so try to understand. Sin A equal to 3 by 4. You know sine is always opposite by hypotenuse. So what is opposite? Opposite is 3 and hypotenuse is 4. Because it is ratio, let opposite be 3k and hypotenuse be 4k. So what is missing here? Whenever you draw a triangle, whenever we got here opposite and hypotenuse. Here he has taken A. So if this is A, if you want the diagram, if this is A, this becomes the opposite, hypotenuse and adjacent. Without diagram also you can do. Now which is missing here? Hypotenuse is 4k and opposite is 3k. So what I have to find? I have to find adjacent. So how to find adjacent? I already told you, don't use the 2 to 3 steps to find the adjacent. Try to write the direct formula. So what is adjacent? Adjacent is equal to root of, because adjacent is not AC other than hypotenuse. If it is there, we have to subtract. That is hypotenuse square minus opposite square. So what is hypotenuse here? Hypotenuse is 4k square. 4k whole square minus what is opposite? 3k whole square. So this equals to square root of 4 4s are 16k square minus 3 3s are 9k square. So if you take k common, k square common, so this becomes 16 minus 9. So this becomes square root of k square, you know it is k, and 16 minus 9, that is root 7. So we got, what is this? Adjacent. So adjacent we got as root 7k. So I got, now all the three we got. One is opposite given, hypotenuse given, and adjacent. Using Pythagoras formula we found out the adjacent. Now what I have to find? I have to find cos A and tan A. So without the diagram also we can do, because we know opposite, hypotenuse and adjacent. Acute angle is not changed here, it is same. So what is the first one? Cos A. As you know that cos A equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So what is adjacent here? I found out root 7k divided by hypotenuse is 4k. So k gets cancelled. So the answer is root 7 by 4. I already said that k gets cancelled, but still you have to take k here because it is a ratio. So next one is tan A. So what is the ratio of tan A? Opposite by adjacent. So what you got here? Opposite we have got opposite as 3k and adjacent is root 7k. So you got kk gets cancelled again, 3 by root 7. So in this way, whenever they have not given any centimeter or diagram in the question, when they have given ratio like this 3 by 4, you have to take, that is according to the given ratio. Sine is given here, so opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite becomes 3k, hypotenuse become 4k. So one is missing, that is adjacent. So adjacent can be written as root hypotenuse square minus opposite square. So substitute, so we got adjacent as root 7k, because 7 is not a perfect square, keep as it is. Now I have to find the two trigonometric ratio, one is cos and the other is tan. One is cos A, that is adjacent by hypotenuse, root 7 by k divided by 4k, kk gets cancelled, root 7 by 4. And the tan A equal to opposite by adjacent, 3k by root 7k, kk gets cancelled, 3 by root 7. So next question is question number 4. He has given 15 cot A equals to 8. Find sin A and sec A. So 15 cot A equals to 8 he has given. Diagram he has not given. So what is cot A then? Cot A can be written as 8 by 15. So what is the trigonometric ratio of cot? So just recall, what is the ratio of tan? Tan is opposite by adjacent. Then you know that cot is a reciprocal of tan, so it becomes adjacent by opposite. So now let us consider, let adjacent be equals to 8k. Already said you had to write k because it is a ratio, and then opposite is 15k. Now among 3, hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent, I have 2, that is adjacent and opposite. So which one is missing? The hypotenuse is missing. So I should find the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse equals to, try to do directly, hypotenuse equals to opposite square plus adjacent square. So like how will you write Pythagoras formula? Hypotenuse square equals to base square plus perpendicular square. So instead of base and perpendicular, we can use opposite plus adjacent. So here, if this is a right angle triangle, this is hypotenuse. So in Pythagoras formula, we use this as base and we use this as perpendicular. So instead of base, we use here in ratios opposite and adjacent. So instead of base square plus perpendicular square, we can also write opposite square plus adjacent square. So now substitute the given thing. Opposite is 15k whole square plus adjacent is 8k whole square. So now we get root 15 15s are 225k square plus 8 8s are 64k square. So after adding, we get 289k square. So what is 289? Square root of 289 is 17. So we got hypotenuse as root square root of 289 is 17. So we got 17k. Square root of k square is k. So in this way, we got all the three. That is adjacent and opposite had given, and hypotenuse we find it as 17k. Now what he asked to find? Sin A and sec A. Now recall the trigonometric ratio. What is sin A? Sin A equals to opposite by hypotenuse. So what is opposite? Opposite is 15k and hypotenuse is 17k. kk gets cancelled. So we got 15 by 17. So sin A equals to 15 by 17. Now the other trigonometric ratio, that is sec A. Just recall, this is a after 3, that is sec is a reciprocal of cos. First recall cos. What is cos? Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So sec becomes hypotenuse by adjacent. So like this, whenever you learn, you have to correlate and learn. Then only you can remember the ratios. So what is hypotenuse now I have here? Hypotenuse is 17k divided by adjacent is 8k. Again kk gets cancelled. So we got 17 by 8. So Sin A equals to 15 by 17 and sec A equal to 17 by 8. In this way we can find all the trigonometric ratios. The next question is question number 5. Given secant theta equals to 13 by 12. Calculate all trigonometric ratios. So what is theta here? What is meaning of theta? Alpha, beta, gamma, theta, all these are Greek letters. So here secant theta, don't worry about the symbol. So just pronounce secant theta equals to 13 by 12. So as usual, instead of an alphabet, English alphabet, he has given a Greek letter. Secant theta equals to 13 by 12. So what is secant? Hypotenuse by adjacent. So when secant is hypotenuse by adjacent, one is missing. What is that? Opposite. So I have to find the opposite. So let us consider hypotenuse as 13k, adjacent as 12k. So what is opposite? Opposite equals to root of hypotenuse square minus adjacent square. So here again one more step again I deleted. I wrote directly. So like this you have to go on, whenever you go on learning, the steps little bit you have to reduce, which basic steps. So not the main steps, the basic steps what we want now opposite to find. So don't write so many steps here. So some steps you can do mind calculation. So opposite equals to root of, in mind you can think that it is hypotenuse square minus adjacent square. So I write the values as it is. 13k whole square minus 12k whole square. 169k square minus 144k square, that is 25k square. Square root of 25 is 5 and square root of k square is k. So I got opposite and we already have now all the three: hypotenuse, adjacent and opposite. So what he asked the question? He asked find all the trigonometric ratios. One already has given. What is that? Secant. Secant you already given. Now I should find, leaving secant I should find other 5. So what is the first one? First one is sine. So sine theta, what is sine theta? Sine theta equals to opposite by hypotenuse. So what is opposite we got here? 5k by what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is 13k. So kk gets cancelled. So I got 5 by 13. What is this? This is sine theta. So I got sine theta as 5 by 13. The next trigonometric ratio, that is cos theta. So cos theta, as you know, it is adjacent by hypotenuse. So that is, what is adjacent here? Yeah, 12k by hypotenuse is 13k. Again cancel k here. So we got cos theta equals to 12 divided by 13. So I found out sine and I found out cos. So what is tan? Tan theta equals to opposite by adjacent. So what is opposite here? Opposite is 5k and adjacent is 12k. So cancels. So tan theta equals to 5 by 12. So I got the first three trigonometric ratios. One is sine. Sine is what? Opposite by hypotenuse. So we got 5 by 13. And cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So I got 12 by 13. And tan is opposite by adjacent. You can do in this way, or you know one more note I explained you before. Tan can be written as sine by cos. So when you divide 5 by 13 divided by 12 by 13, 13 gets cancelled. Again you get same 5 by 12. So you can do using ratio, or you can do using the formula. Tan equals to sine by cos. Now as I said before, once you get the first three, the remaining three are very easy. So you no need of doing all this, just reverse them. So I have sine, cos, tan. What is the next trigonometric ratio? Cosec. So cosec theta, what is a reciprocal? Cosec theta is a reciprocal of sine theta. So what is cosec? Cosec can be written as 1 by sine. So what is the value? 1 by sine means reverse. What is sine here? 5 by 13. So we get 13 by 5. Now just reciprocal of 5 by 13. So cosec is a reciprocal of sine. So we have sine value 5 by 13. So the reciprocal of 5 by 13 is 13 by 5. Next, cosec. After cosec, sec. Sec already has given in the question. So no need of finding. Next, the last one is cot. As you know that cot theta equals to 1 by tan theta. So that is, cot is a reciprocal of tan. So what is tan? We got here 5 by 12. The reverse. Reciprocal of 5 by 12 is 12 by 5. So in this way, we can find all the trigonometric ratios using whatever he has given in the question. One trigonometric ratio. Using one trigonometric ratio, we can find the all other trigonometric ratios. So with this, we completed the 5 questions from exercise 8.1. I hope everyone are following. So these are basic questions on trigonometric ratios. In future, you are going to learn many more questions which are applied on the trigonometric ratios. Thank you.